some shit lately. Listen. I've been working on my craft and I've been studying my culture, taking everything I need. I'm coming like a vulture, I'm supposed to be a part of history. I'm understanding, it's starting to make sense to me. I took a minute, had to sit back, relapse, and then I recapped. I'm praying to myself, I won't gon' have another relapse. Moving up the mountain, shit, slowly but surely. Feel like I was trying to rush it, I was moving too early, but it don't need to be forced. I'm about to light the torch, said I'm ready to take my chances, so I'm stepping off the porch. Feel like a rookie in this game, I was drafted in the second round. I'm spurring now, Manu Ginobili style, but I give it all I got until I take my last breath. I risk it all and do it with my last breath. Won't settle down, got me doubling my reps. Been showing now, about to put them boys to rest. Been on this journey, I'm excited for the quest. Delivering my message from the east to the west, from the north down to the south, maybe word of mouth. But I guarantee you this, my efforts gon' be full amount. I've been grinding all my life, and yes, I make mistakes. I let the marathon continue, I can never pump the brakes. This is my legacy, know he's testing me. I'm on this road till I rest in peace. See the envy and I see the jealousy, searching for identity while bringing the intensity. I'm being me, and that is not someone I can't pretend to be. Stage of my life got me equipped with intelligence. I'm heaven sent, that's how I'm handsome and I'm elegant. Yo, though I'm not cocky, they can't stop me, so they watch me. They heard that they can't knock me, so it's best they try to copy. Can't up and quit when shit gets rocky. I love rapping with poise, it can't be sloppy. Check it, I'm taking chance after chance as they chant that I can, and they glance while they dance. I still got my same stance, you can't knock me off my grind, and you can't steal my shine. Hearing all this negativity, it's encouraging my mind. Check it, I watch the hands go tick-tock. Ain't enough time in this world on this wristwatch. Use every second just to get to the tip-top. You getting sweaty, dog, I hear it in your flip-flops. You really thinking that your diamonds be drip-drop, taking laps around you, and I don't need a pit stop. So you can just kick rocks or throw them like hopscotch while I'm sipping hopscotch. Flow harder than the tip at top notch. I give it all I got until I take my last breath. I risk it all and do it with my last breath. Won't settle down, got me doubling my reps. Been showing now, about to put them boys to rest. Been on this journey, I'm excited for the quest. Delivering my message from the east to the west. Listen, this second round's for the ones with the chip on their shoulder.
What's up? Good night to everybody. Good evening. Good evening. It is I, Mac Mans, and a round of applause for everybody tuning in. Okay, so anybody that's watching me on Facebook, I am on YouTube right now. This pop-up video is kind of experimental. If you get on YouTube, you will see I am there. Just that I have this video unlisted for purposes of figuring out what's going on as far as my reels, my feed. Trying to make sure I get everything up and going. And I know there is some type of lag and feedback on some of the videos, so you got to excuse me for that. I do apologize. But applause for everybody that's tuning in right now. So if you do watch me on YouTube, I am on YouTube right now. It's just I'm doing it is unlisted. So it is there, it's live. It's just no one can actually see it. So I'm trying to experiment with something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch it over. Because I know there's some people who watch me. Make sure they get a fair shot at the contest like everybody else. So if you are on YouTube, you should be able to see me now. YouTube Live, you should be able to see me. Same thing with Facebook. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Another round of applause. Okay, so tonight I am going to give you the first clue, the very first clue for the new scavenger hunt I got coming up. If you follow me or follow my podcast, I have a scavenger hunt. I have a couple of giveaways I usually do. And I do this, like I said, the kindness of my heart. I am in the midst of getting sponsorship. Right now I'm sponsored by MacMan Media LLC, which is myself. So give myself a round of applause. But I also am looking for sponsorship so I can have more giveaways. And also, too, as I always do, my little corny music, we are on the strive for 5, baby. That's right, we're on the strive for 500 on YouTube. Can I get a round of applause for that? Now, we're on the strive for 500 on YouTube and and on Instagram. I will have a giveaway. Once I hit 500 on both of those platforms, there'll be a giveaway for both of those. Also, like I said, the more following, the more backing I get as far as support from people, the more I will give away, the more I have to give away. So like I said, with me, it's never about the quantity. It's about the quality, man. That's all that matters. But tonight, I'm coming before you, won't before you long. I'm coming before you to give you the first 3 clues in the next scavenger hunt. It's actually going to be the first clue, but it's 3 parts. You know how I do. So we're going to start the pot right now with $50 in it. So that's right. We'll do a whole 50. That's right. We'll do 50. So y'all know how this goes. Basically what I do is I give out little hints and clues. Y'all follow along on my social media platforms. That's Interior Hill on Facebook, MacMan's Media LLC at YouTube, MacMan_Fitness on Instagram and TikTok at Motivational Muscle. Also, you can reach me at motivationalmuscle@yahoo.com or hit my website, www.macmansmediallc.net. Go ahead, hit me on any one of those platforms or wherever it so be, and I'll be able to get back with you. I'll get at you for if you need any of my services from MacMan Media, as far as small video presentation or video editing, podcast exposure, merchandise being made. I'm here for that. I got you. So whatever you need, just let me know. I said it's all good. So for all those people that follow me, like I said, I do apologize for coming on so late, y'all. It's been a day. I got some things I can tell you. It's been a crazy week. Real quick before I give away these clues. I had a wrestling event this weekend in Marktree, Arkansas for Osceola MCW. And there was a lady who was there who said something earlier during the day. It was weird. I was already confronted by one of the fans there at the time who came at me, but I'm sitting here trying to do what I do, which is I'm a professional wrestling manager, so I manage the talent, and I commentate. So I do commentary. But on 2 separate times, I was kind of forcefully, aggressively approached. And the second time, I'm glad security was there. The second time, there was this older lady who was there, and I went to get into my part of the match. And as I'm going to confront a young lady who was part of the whole thing we had going on, you know, her dad was the guy going against my guy. And I wanted to go there, you know, kind of get in her face a little bit, you know, wrestling one-on-one, bad manager, heel manager, mess with the face's child. That's what we do. Well, the lady proceeded to get up out of her seat. Not only did she get up out of her seat, she got up out of her seat and she literally grabbed me. She grabbed my bat and forcefully held me still. They had to have security come and get her up off of me. Yeah, security had to come get this lady off of me. She was seriously, like, aggressively on me. Now, I don't think she really wanted to do any damage to me, but it's like, okay, man, I'm just like, I'm talent. I'm here to do my part in the show. You know, sit back and enjoy it. Part of the whole professional wrestling business is the entertainment aspect. I can never type of stuff that gets you, you know, smacked up. But it was, you know, so just the weirdest, you know. And from that point, I'll be honest, y'all, I've learned some humility. I'm going to take these glasses off because I'm going to speak real with y'all right now. Now, I don't know how many people are watching. It says my counter says there's no one there. So be it. That's fine. These are pop-up clues. For those who see the video and get it, they'll get it. For those who don't, they don't. And I know it's a little bit later at night than usual, but it's a pop-up video. So I always put these pop-up videos up for people to get a little something off of them. As far as, like, if you watch my pop-up videos, you know that if you watch my pop-up video, you know that when you're watching it, you're going to get information on, the scavenger hunt. That's what this is. This is the PoPuP video scavenger hunt. But I have been having such a serious times going on situations that I had to take the glasses off. You see, I don't have any bat with me. Even the song I played was different. Still by Untitled. Y'all, I'm learning such a heavy, heavy-handed dose of humility and respect, because they both go together. And able to get respect and have respect, you have to have some humility about yourself. I'm so much learning now that things in life have a path that you don't have any control of moving around. You don't. Life is going to give you the twists and turns it's going to give you. Because we all have a path that we walk upon, and we pray that while we're walking that path, that we are blessed enough by God to not have to deal with things that complicate the whole walk purpose, the whole purpose of what it is you have to accomplish in life. We go through times where we pray that everything we're doing is going towards that goal. But in the midst of that, I think sometimes we forget to have humility towards others. And I've been on, and I'm sorry if people feel a certain type of way, but yes, I've been on a redemption tour. I've had things I've done and said to people that weren't right. And because of my past actions, I think some people have just settled in on their opinion of me, which is not a bad thing. That's why I tell people your first impression is always the most important impression, because that may be your only impression. I'll say it again. That's why I tell people the first impression is the most important impression, because it may be the only impression you get to make. So when you're dealing with someone, or you're dealing with someone's problems, you have to have enough respect and humility to understand what they're going through. And you have to learn when it is time for you to move yourself from the equation. One of the biggest misconceptions people have, or people are consistently into, and I'm talking about misconception, is that every word you use has just one specific meaning. Leave, quit, don't. Now, those are negative words as far as in gesture and in action. But some of the best people quit doing some of the worst things. Some of the most accomplished beings or persons have left or leave bad situations. I know a lot of people who lived a long life because they don't smoke or don't drink. So sometimes to fix any equation or problem, sometimes it is better. And this is what I've learned. And I want to spread this out to other people. Sometimes it is best to be the bigger person. Sometimes it's best to try to be the person that bows down and understands something. Hey, how you doing, Alicia? Gunshot salute. Sometimes it's better to be the person who knows how to say, I'm sorry, back down, because when you back down and back away, you may actually be the solution to the problem that the person has been looking for. You yourself may be the action that ignites their redemption. You may be that one. Alicia, I'm speaking, Miss Kenzie, if you're paying attention real quick. I'm going to give the clues for the next scavenger hunt I got started up. But I'm doing a little talk right now on this pop-up video. And I was telling them about how I got attacked, basically. You missed it. I was in Osceola. Saturday doing the show, and I was managing a young man by the name of Chris Rocker. And Chris Rocker was going against the Snake Man, Sean. Well, there was a elderly lady there, still functional, still can move around pretty good. And I went to do my heel shtick, be who I am, and got in Sean's daughter's face. This lady proceeded to get up out of her seat and grabbed my arm and myself and held me still so I could not move. They had to have security come and get her. Yeah. So that is what you missed this weekend in Osceola with me. Yeah, it's kind of has a little laughter to it now, but yeah. But that's what was going on. And so now what I'm speaking on is respect level and humility. Because, dude, like I said, with situations like that, if she would have just said, okay, and removed herself from the situation, it'd never been a problem. So that's what I'm doing now in life with different things in my life. Sometimes being the one who decides to quit, leave, or remove themselves from an equation doesn't mean a bad thing. You still care about that situation. It's just that what you're doing is you're making sure you don't impact it or infect it more. You ever had that sore or that little spot that itches and you keep scratching, you make it irritated instead of just leaving it alone, and then it heals up and then you're back to normal? That's what we do with life. We just pick and itch and scratch, not thinking of how much irritation you're giving that thing or yourself, because we're not worried about that. You're more worried about the fact satisfying that itch. And that is what we do in life. We satisfy itches. We always want to solve every problem or be the solution. And sometimes it's best just to sit back and let things be. Because we have to always remember that God is working on something. God is doing something. God is moving something. I make a pact here with you right now. I am to the point in life that I feel that being upset is a waste of time and a waste of space and a waste of affections. I want to continue to live a life that is going to be prosperous and happy. Now, I know there's going to be things that happen that's going to interrupt that and shake it up a little bit. But I do feel that if I focus more on maintaining a good feng shui, a good chi, a good karma, lean more towards the enemy, lean all the way towards the enemy that depends on God. Because all the things we're dealing with in life, God's the only one that can fix them. But sometimes we make it so hard because we always intercede and step in the way. Like I said, we can't seem to stop scratching that itchy spot. So I'm in the midst of that right now. I'm in the midst of learning lessons. You're never too old to learn a lesson. Anybody tell you, no, you're never too old to learn a lesson. As an older gentleman, as a half a century-er, and I say like a foreigner, beginner, I'm learning to understand and respect people's space. And y'all, here's the biggest battle we have. There's an unspoken hidden battle between parents and children. Because you always want to parent your child through everything they're going through. And sometimes it's best just to sit back and listen. Let your child love on you when they're ready to love on you. Now, here's the hard thing that our children don't understand, though. When you become a person that loves your child enough, it's hard to just not be there or interact with everything that they're doing. And you learn that as an adult when your child is younger. It's hard to interact with everything sometimes, but you want to. So you kind of pick and choose. And I don't think as a parent, as you get older, you realize your kids are grown-ups and that they can live their own lives and you love them. And sometimes you refuse to let go of that impacting their lives. Well, guess what? Newsflash for you, real quick. If you've raised your children and you taught them the best you know how, you've done your job. It's time to sit back and move. Let your children become adults. Let them flourish. Let them blossom. Let them understand that the things they're going through are part of what they're doing or what they're learning. It is their adulting education. Because everything you did, yes, we did get taught right from wrong, and we did have to hear lectures from our parents. But some things we never got lectured on because they let us go out there and just do it. And that's what we have to do, y'all. We do. I will say this. I hark a lot on this new generation about the different levels of morality that's out there, or different levels of respect, or different levels of wisdom, or different levels of education. But one thing I will not do to them is come down harder on them. Although some of them may be not to the level you would like them to be, I will say I do think they deal with a lot harder things than we did when we were younger. This is a whole different era of criminal, whole different era of bad person. Y'all remember we was little, we had the star houses that you would go to. I love Rose, gunshot salute. But we had star houses we would go to so no one would put their hands on you. That's what we did. These kids don't have that any longer. And then the people that's supposed to be protecting them and we leave them in trust to are the ones doing the things to our children. So we live in a time, man, to where being a parent is super important, being a good parent. So to sum all this up, like I said, I learned the humility this week. I'm understanding things a little bit. Like I said, I'm never too old to learn. I'm learning to back up from a lot of things and let God do what he needs to do and let people be who they need to be. People are allowed to have their free space. They're allowed to have their thought process. They're allowed to have their own lifestyle. They're allowed to have their own troubles, their own blessings, their own ups, their own downs, their own peaks, their own valleys. And we got to respect that. Manzano, gunshot salute. Mary Irene, gunshot salute. And we have to let them be who they are. We can't change everybody. We can't maneuver everybody to do what we want them to do and think the way we want them to think. We have got to learn to say quit. Learn to say leave. Learn to say don't. Back up sometimes. Let people have a life. Let them have a moment. Everybody's entitled to that. But I will say this too as well to my youth out there. Now that I built you up, allow me and allow us others as adults to help you. Give us a chance to try to understand you sometimes. Because we don't always understand. We don't. But there is a lot of knowledge and wisdom in the time that we have had on this earth. Man, you know how many times I wish I could go back right now and listen to those who told me how life was going to end up if I didn't get right. Blythe, man, gunshot salute. And now I'm just now catching up to understanding what they was talking about. I was just talking to someone not too long ago about that. It's like how we always sit back and we hear it being said and we say to ourselves like, I'm about to say something that I never thought I would say. Man, if you know this, say it with me. Man, if I knew the stuff back then that I know right now, man, I wish I could go back in time. Things would be a whole lot different. We have all used that statement. But unfortunately, life ain't like that. So the experience you've gained, try to make sure you share it. What is up? Boom, boom, gunshot salute. Always making sure, man, that like I said, this whole conversation been on respecting people. Respecting what they doing, respecting their space. But then again, like I said, make sure that for you youth that's out here, use your older generation, use your elders. And when y'all ask for advice from people, use good people, use good friends, good family members, good brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Good aunties and uncles. Go to the right people. Talk to the right people. Get the right advice. Survey the land of what you're trying to talk about. What's up, What's up, YouTube? Gunshot salute. Because you'll be shocked. There's some people out here that's going to give you a whole wealth of knowledge. They're going to give you a whole gang of knowledge because they've been through something and they understand what you're dealing with. Then you'll have those who will take their past and they'll shift it over to you and they pain. And then what happens from that is what you're going to get is you're going to get somebody that's dealing with something that's having issues, telling you how to deal with things. So it's just always best just to be careful. Because like I said, you don't want to get into the wrong, you don't want to get the wrong information from the wrong person. And that is important. That is important. So, y'all, before I leave here, like I said, I want to go into this statement real quick. Learn to love people and get them their space. But then those of you who are dealing with things, make sure that you entrust in someone to come through for you when you need them. Just do that part for me, please. You saw what two brands are featured in the caricature background. What two brands you'll see. Now I'm gonna go back there right now. So this one's gonna be easy but hard. You have to search. Now, if you say one brand, that brand cannot be said twice. So, like I said again. In that photo behind me, this photo right here, what two brands are in this photo? And if you name one brand, you can't name the brand twice. There are two separate brands in this photo. Tell me what brands they are. All right, question number 2. Clue number 1, part B. Part 2. How many times is the word or the phrase Mac Man's used in that poster in back of me? How many times does Mac Man's appear in that caricature behind me? And the third one, part C. With one being displayed in this picture, tell me what are two of my 3 main physical activities? With one being displayed in this picture, what are 2 of my 3 main physical activities? All right, y'all. Let's do this again. Gunshot salute. I'm gonna get all the questions again. That's right. Here we go. So this is clue number 1 of the scavenger hunt. Clue number 1 has 3 portions. Clue number 1, part A. What 2 brands are featured in my caricature background? Clue number 2. How many times is the words or phrase Mac Man's used on the caricature? And With one being displayed in this picture, this is part C, with one being displayed in this picture, tell me what are my 2 of 3 main physical activities that I do to keep myself in shape or just do, period. All right, y'all. Well, it is what it is. It's been a good time. I enjoyed this. I'm sorry for y'all who started on YouTube with me and didn't see what was going on. No, I love you, Rose. I love Rose. No, it was on me. I had a lag for a while. It was a bad one in the middle of this conversation. So I do apologize. Like I said, y'all, I got new equipment. If y'all see it going on now, I got new equipment. I'm working on some new things. Boom. When is the deadline to send the answers? The kind of how I'm doing like I did last time. You'll have all the way up to week 5 to get every last question done. And like I said, and when you send me matter of fact, you're going to send answers to the email. When you send the email, please make sure when you send in the email that when you send it, you make sure to send it, and while you're sending it, you make sure you put in what it's for. You make sure you put in what it's for. Make sure you do that for me. Make sure you put in what it's for. As far as like, is it this is competition, blah 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 blah. This is clue number, scavenger hunt. Put in the new scavenger hunt clue number. So make sure you send it to this email. That's right. As y'all see, I took the picture off the back. That way it can't be no more cheating. Yeah. So I took the picture down. That's what I did. Sure did. Took it down. Matter of fact, well, y'all done seen it anyway, so don't make no big deal. It is what it is. I'm not too much tripping on it. But, man, thank y'all for tuning in. So I hope y'all got it. Let's go over it one more time. Scavenger Hunt, Clue 1, Part A. What 2 brands are featured in this caricature behind me? 2, how many times is the word MacMan's featured in that caricature behind me? 3, with one being displayed in this picture, tell me what are my 2 or 3 main physical activities. You only got to give me 2. So 2 or 3, it doesn't really matter. But y'all, I want to say I thank y'all so much for tuning in. I thank y'all for the love and respect. And, y'all, I didn't mean to ramble, but it's been a day. I'm dealing with some stuff. I just want to make sure you guys know that I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. I love this social media thing. I'm out here trying to change social media up and do it for good. We got too many people out here doing it for the bad. I'm trying to do it for good, y'all. But like I said, this is just a pop-up video. Oh, I am going to be out of town. So my videos may or may not be existent while I'm out of town. What I'm thinking about doing is uploading some stuff and then just posting it. But I'll be gone all weekend. I have to go see my daughter. And then from that point, I have a wrestling event the day after. So I probably won't be back to you guys till Monday after this. I am going to try to do some type of live feed. And for all my prize winners, it'll be this upcoming weekend. Prizes will be sent out. Like I said, I'm going to make sure I get with the sponsors. I'm going to send prizes out this week. And so you will receive them next week for sure sometime. I don't know exactly what day. But, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Listen to me ramble. Just remember what I said. Learn to be receptive. Learn to have some humility about yourself. And learn to respect people in their space. And that's all I can say. Much love to y'all. Much respect to y'all. I want all y'all to have an amazing night. Thank you for tuning in. If you did tune in, if you didn't, like I said, just go back, follow this, subscribe to the channel, the page. Go ahead and let people know the competition is back up and going. And just share and love, man. Strive for 5. That's all we can do. Much love to y'all. Respect, peace, and have a good evening.
Listen. I've been working on my craft and I've been studying my culture, taking everything I need. I'm coming like a vulture, I'm supposed to be a part of history. I'm understanding, it's starting to make sense to me. I took a minute, had to sit back, relapse, and then I recapped. I'm praying to myself I won't gon' have another relapse. Moving up the mountain, shit, slowly but surely. Feel like I was trying to rush it, I was moving too early, but it don't need to be forced. I'm about to light the torch, said I'm ready to take my chances, so I'm stepping off